Yo, yo, what's up, man? Welcome for tuning in. Welcome for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to another flight here on the channel, man. Today we're starting our series, Life as a Virtual Airlines Pilot. I am currently signed up with the Delta Virtual Airlines. I've been flying this VA for a few years, and just never really put a lot of it on the channel. So I figured I'd start a little series of what that's all about and what that's like, and we'll go from there. So today we're doing a flight straight from the VA. We are doing a flight from Chicago O'Hare to Minnesota St. Paul, or Minneapolis St. Paul, and we are about to get out of Dodge here. Uh, I think when I get done, I'll show you the virtual airline on the back side of things, and not before we take off here. We're just going to go ahead and get out of Dodge. We're already set up and ready to go. We've put our flight plan in. We won't have any air traffic control. We don't have any on today, which is fine. But let's just kind of talk about what we're doing real quick, little pre-flight briefing, and then we'll get out of Dodge here. We're doing the O'Hare 5 departure, which is this kind of the standard departure out of O'Hare. Like I said, we don't have air traffic control online, so some of this I'll have to kind of simulate. But initially, what you would do on this climb is you would climb out to 5,000 feet, and then expect vectors to our current, or excuse me, our first um, uh, um, to our first point. But we don't have air traffic control on today, so we'll just kind of simulate that departure just a little bit, and then we're going to be coming into Minneapolis. Should be a relatively good flight. We do have some weather today, as you can see. It's raining pretty heavily out here, so let's just go ahead and get it going here. We'll plan our pushback here and get out of Dodge. So of course this is O'Hare, so we have a bit of a taxi on today. Not anything too crazy, but we will have to get out. We're going 28 right. So we'll come and we will we'll want to get pushed back, because you see we don't have any other traffic here right now, so we're gonna want to get pushed back, and we can push back pretty far here, because we're gonna come out, then we'll have to go to our left down the taxiway and do it that way. So we'll plan
down to
that.
cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
And I'm sorry that that's so loud. I haven't figured out how to actually turn that down to where it's not like just blaring. So
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
headphone warning there for just a few seconds. So we'll get pushed out. X-Plane does this really interesting thing when it rains of like creating this crazy cloud of I guess it's to simulate rain coming into the engines and getting sucked out the back through via the thrust or whatever. But it is it's pretty exaggerated, I would say. But typically at this point we wouldn't have the engines on. We would kick the engines on after we got pushed back. But I just started with the engines on here just to kind of make this,
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
to kind of make this video just go by a little bit faster. I used to, when I was doing the videos, I would show the whole setup and all of that stuff, but kind of realized people probably don't need to see you setting up a plane from code and dark every single time. So it just makes it a little easier to kind of streamline things, and just makes for a better quality stream here. So we'll get disconnected. We'll get pushed back, and then we'll head out. We're going to be taxiing. We'll taxi down out of the
Tow
ramp.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
We'll taxi out of the ramp. We'll go
Starting pushback.
November, so we'll just come down. We'll cross Bravo. We'll go 815 or Alpha 15. We'll make a left on November to Yankee, and then we'll be on 28 right, and we'll get out of Dodge here. So, yes, sir. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a good flight. If you've been watching the channel or watching any of my other flights, I'm new. I'm fairly new to X-Plane 11. I've only really been flying it for maybe 5 months or something like that. I was you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator guy for a very long time. At least, whew, I mean, I've been flying at least 8 years or something. So making the switch over to X-Plane took a little bit of getting used to. I mean, there's definitely some differences in the flight controls. Um, uh, it just flies differently. And one video I saw that was really interesting,
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
and they kind of explained it out really nice. Was
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
on Microsoft X on FSX, it almost feels like you're flying on rails. Like everything is just really kind of tight in there. I mean, you don't, here, I mean, you get pushed around. You really got to work your rows. You got to compensate for the wind on landings and takeoffs and the whole nine. So I think the flight model is a lot better. I'm flying the Zebo mod here, 737. If you know anything about the Zebo, of course it's a freeware plane that is pretty similar to the PMDG 730 NG.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
737 NGX. And it's similar. I mean, there are some things that I like better, and then there are some things that I don't. I'm not going to say that I don't like them, but there are some things that are that I miss about the PMDG versus this particular aircraft. Like there's no HUD. I know they're working on that. That's something that's been kind of rumored and talked about, but there's no HUD. I've never even seen this, or I didn't even know you could move that around. That's interesting. I wonder if when you have the lights on, if that actually makes a difference. Just a little sidebar there. I just noticed my cursor changed when I did that. So, I wonder if you can move that around. We'll have to see on a night flight if that actually changes like where the light casts and things. But no HUD, so that I really like flying with the HUD, but then again, we have this pad here which is just really, really awesome. So we got our flaps out, and we're gonna go ahead and get ready to taxi out of here. Let me just do a quick before taxi checklist and make sure that everything's good to go. We don't need any of those things. We will get our levers to our switches to continuous, and then on our lower DU we'll do a quick flight control test here. We'll go full left and full right, full down, full up, and full right rudder, full left rudder, and everything is free and clear. So we'll clear our lower DU here, and I'll go to our legs page, and yep, everything's good to go. So let's go ahead and taxi out here. Throw on some wipers here. But like I say, those are just kind of subtle, subtle-ish differences between the planes. Of course, with the also with the NGX, you have a weather radar, which I know that's something that they're working on here as well. Um, so it's all good though. I mean, for you can't. I mean, for a freeware plane, I mean, you cannot complain. What are you complaining about? Like the the plane is free, you know. You could be stuck flying a default, aircraft without, a lot of realism and things like that. So there's absolutely no complaints from me in terms of this aircraft at all. I feel like it does. It's extremely good aircraft, and is continually being redeveloped and developed. So all of these things that I'm talking about and I'm mentioning will absolutely be things that will get fixed in the future indefinitely. So yeah, I mean, pretty rainy day here today in Chicago. The good thing is it is rainy, but we're not expecting a lot of wind. So that's a good thing. We are not expecting a lot of wind. Okay. We gotta go down to November actually, which is this one down here. This is my first time flying out of Chicago on X-Plane. So this should be fun. I love, challenging myself and getting into some things that I haven't necessarily done. So we will taxi on November down to Yankee. We'll make a right on Yankee, then we'll get out of Dodge. Let's go back to our checklists very quickly, and we will look at our our takeoff checklist as we're taxiing down here. All right. Okay, cool. So we might as well. Might as well go ahead and kick up our wipers since we're about to depart here in a second anyway. Actually, I'm gonna turn them down. Don't feel like hearing that right now. We'll kick them up when we get ready to get to go. Not a lot of traffic here today. I've been thinking about adding some traffic, getting a traffic add-on just to kind of add a little bit more immersion and realness into the simulator, but it's just something I haven't done yet. It's something I'll probably take a look at doing here in the future. Get a little outside view of us taxiing on down to Yankee, which is coming up. And then we'll get out of Dodge here. I've also been having a lot of trouble with the toga, so if someone can maybe kind of see what I'm doing wrong with the toga, like that would be wonderful, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I just have not been able to get toga to engage, and I think I need to kind of look at some literature and figure out why that is. So okay, so here we are. We're here at Yankee. We're gonna make our right turn here. I'm gonna get a very loud announcement, another headphone warning here. We're gonna get an announcement from our XRAS here in just a second. Alright, so we can go ahead and kick off our taxi lights. We will...
Approaching 28 right.
Told you, it's coming. Go ahead and get our lights turned on here. Get lined up, and then we'll get out of Dodge.
On runway 28 right.
Alright. Alright, so everything's good to go. Cool. Alright, take off.
$80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
And kick the gear up there.
$400. $1,000. $1,000 to go.
Alright, cool, man. Get a little outside view of what we're working with here. Got a lot of rain on today. Very heavy rain. So we're gonna level off here at 5,000 per our departure. And I think as we climb out, we should probably get above this rain, according to our flight plan. But man, this is some very heavy rain. I wish we had a radar actually equipped with this Zebo mod, but so we could kind of see that there. But we're looking good. We're gonna stay here at 5,000 for just a few minutes per the departure. Give another quick outside look of what we're doing, and you can see the amount of rain coming in here, man. Wow. Whoa. It's not causing us very much trouble in terms of our like turbulence or anything like that. We don't have any of that going on. Like I said, it's just not a lot of wind. It's just a lot of rain on today. So we're gonna go on up to flight level 140. We'll do a quick after takeoff checklist here. Passenger sign. Boom, we're good there. Cool. I actually forgot to turn that on before we left, so that's okay. So we're gonna try to get above some of this rain here. As you can hear, looks like the rain is subsiding, and we're breaking through into some clearer clouds here, or some clearer skies. So go ahead and kick off our windshield wipers at this point. We'll give a quick outside look so we can see. There we go. We're above those rain clouds now, and into a lot better weather. So that's awesome. So we'll climb out here to 140, and then actually we'll just continue our climb on up to our 280, our filed cruise altitude. So yeah, man, everything's looking good. We got off really nice there, and yeah, we got off really nice. So flaps are up, our auto brakes off. We can go ahead and kick off our lights. Keep our engines on continuous. This, what you're seeing on our display here, is actually terrain radar. It's not a weather radar at all. They'll be including it. You know, I'm very confident. I mean, there's a third-party add-on for weather that you can add to it. So I'm sure that very sure that within the next few releases of the Zebo mod, we'll get weather radar, which would be nice. So yeah, man, this is gonna be a real nice flight now that we're above those clouds and just cruising out here. So when we get done with this flight, stick with me. We fast forward to the end, or I know oftentimes people just kind of get off, hang out for our departure and initial climb out, but eventually uh, we'll come back maybe for the arrival. So if you do that, come back and hang out for a little bit, because I'm going to show you the Delta Virtual Airlines website that I am a member of and a part of. So we'll show you that website and kind of go through filing our flight plan and everything like that as well. So once we get done, or filing our PREP, so that'll be kind of cool. So yes, sir. So we're just climbing out, heading up to 280. We'll kind of expedite our climb up a little bit here. So yeah, man, we should be able to get service done too, since we did get up here, or we'll have a relatively not a long cruise by any means, but we'll have after Ronik here, we'll have about almost 250 miles worth of just cruising. So be able to get our service done, and it will be good. We'll work on our arrival too once we get up here a little bit more, and we'll get all that stuff entered in as well. But yeah, man, in the meantime, between time, once we get cruising, we'll just kind of talk about some other things and just kind of hang out a little bit. But thanks for rocking with me, hanging out with me today. Definitely like and subscribe, and come back for more flights. And if you got any questions or anything like that, definitely ask. I'll kind of talk about add-ons here in a moment, and in the system that I'm running, and everything like that. Oh, it'll be all good. Do another quick outside look. Beautiful out. Now that we're above those clouds, I don't know. I have to check the weather coming into Minnesota or Minneapolis, and see if we're going to be expecting that weather coming in. Either way, we're going to be set up for a ILS approach. Alright, so we'll be leveling off here in just about 1,400 square feet. 1,400 feet here.
Thousand to go.
All right, so we're leveling off here at 280. We can go ahead and kick off the seatbelt sign there. So we might have to use the restroom or something like that. So we'll let them move about the cabin a bit. And then the flight attendants can start service, and we'll just kind of rock and hang out. So yeah, man. But again, I know I get this question sometimes, so I like to just say it in every video that I have. I'm running with a i7 6700K. I don't have it overclocked or anything like that. I never really saw a point of overclocking the CPU by any means. I like what it's doing. I don't have like a water cooled machine or anything like that. You know, the most demanding things that I do on the machine are, you know, this X-plane, and quite honestly, I don't have you know, a whole array of add-ons and things like that that will require me to overclock. My current GPU is a GTX 970, which I have never had any trouble with at all. The only thing that I had trouble with the 970 was during sim racing. Doing like multiple screens, having screens, just not powerful enough to give you like 60 frames per second spanned across 3 screens. But when it comes to, I don't know what's up with this little cloud layer right here, just this one little thing. But in terms of flight simulator and FSX, I mean, it's been wonderful. I don't have like any cloud add-ons. I mean, everything that you see here visually is all just stock X-plane. I might take a look at, you know, upgrading some of those things. I've been thinking about upgrading to a different GPU, and kind of in between, maybe like a 1070 or a 1080. I feel like the 1070s are relatively, you know, are very affordable right now. You could probably find one for around like 475, you know, to 600, depending on what you need. And I think that that's good. I don't think I need to spend $1,000 on a graphics card right now. I don't play anything like that would justify me doing that. But I would like to upgrade to like a 1070 or something. You know, just get a little bit more power out of the computer and out of the games that I do play, and also out of Flight Simulator. I think once I do get the 1070, then from there I'll probably start adding in, you know, some of those add-ons and things like that to X-plane. But it's stable. I like what it gives me right now, and that's all I need, to be quite honest. So yeah, man, from here just gotta cruise. As you can see, we got kind of a straight shot to our next point here, and then we'll be in you know, coming in our descent. We're probably about 180 nautical miles to our descent, and 171 at this point. So what I will do though is just start looking at it. I like to kind of get ahead or stay ahead of the game when it comes to planning my approaches. A couple things that I see right now are the speeds in here are too fast, so I'll dial some of those back and just kind of plan for the arrival into Minneapolis, or St. Paul. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, once I get to this point, I'll probably be uh, manually handling the speed anyway. So we'll actually take a look at the approach and see what that calls for, and then we'll do it like that. So never I've never flown into this airport before. So this will be interesting. I'm coming in on the Casper 7 arrival. Yeah, coming in on the Casper 7 for runway 12 left or 12 right. I think it's 12 left. Oh, no, I'm in on 30 left, so okay. Yeah, so we'll be coming in 30 left, and I'm just going over the arrival right now, just to make sure we're okay. So 10,000. All right. All right. So we're gonna start slowing down there. And we'll just go ahead. I mean, while we're chilling, we might as well. No reason to wait until the end. So we'll go ahead and enter in our approach reference speeds and all of that stuff. We might as well just go ahead and get set up while we're chilling. So we'll do a flaps 15. We'll be looking for 145 on the arrival. 145. Just in case we have a missed approach, we'll get all of that set up, and don't assume that we'll have a missed approach, so we'll be okay. So again, we'll be doing an ILS. Let me look again. I think it was 30 right, 30 right, 30 left. Cool. So we are good to go. We will also might as well go ahead and enter in our courses entered in here. We'll be looking at 301. And 301 here. And then in our nav1s and nav2s, we'll be looking for 110.3. Let me verify that up here. Yeah, 110.3, which is already in there, and 110.3, which is there too. So good, cool. So we're kind of ahead of the game there, but I will just much rather be ahead of the game than not. So 123 miles, nautical miles away from our descent. Typically don't start that early, but like I said before, I've been having some trouble with my ILS approaches, so I just want to stay ahead of the game and enter that in early. So um um yeah, so let's talk about the Zebo for a little bit while we're just chilling out and hanging out. um as I mentioned before, there were some things about the PMDG that I liked a lot, and the things that I feel like, that this plane does very, very well. I mean, just integrating this whole thing in, uh, just adds for such immersion. I really, really like that. Um, we'll get it. Like I said, we'll get weather radar. They have it here, um, on the panel, as you can see, but it's not, just activated just yet to mess around with. The other thing that the PMDG has, and this is not like a comparison video, but auto land here. There's a auto land system in the PMDG that's not right here either. So this some of those things are now you can do. I think you can. I've never done that before, but I think you can do auto land in here. You can do a Cat 3 or something like that. I've never done it this way through the MCP up here. I think you can select both Command A and Command B, and that'll give you like a Cat 3, I believe. But I've never tried that before. It might be something I do. I love just challenging myself with the with this whole process. It's a lot of fun, finding out new things and seeing what's going on. From that cloud layer perspective, yeah, it looks like we're gonna have rain as we come into Minneapolis, and then we'll try to get the ATIS information. I think we're a little bit too far away right now to pick it up, but let's see if we can. We should be 35. Probably be too far, but that's okay. We'll just leave it on for now, and if it starts coming in, that'll be nice, so we can start getting some weather. I can get the weather other ways as well, but it'll be kind of fun to kind of look at there. So we're about 95 away from our descent. It's not a long flight, maybe about 2 hours altogether. So it's not a long flight at all. Well, sit back and enjoy the ride. I will be back when we get a little bit closer to our descent time, and we'll go ahead and land together and get this whole thing taken care of. So enjoy. All right, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to be starting our descent here in about 22 nautical miles. Um, which means we're going to get people back in their seats. So we'll kind of do it ahead of time, give people a second to get back into their seats and get settled in as we make our arrival into St. Paul or Minneapolis. I don't know. I think it's Minneapolis. I have no idea. I've never flown into this airport before, so I don't know whether I'm going to Minneapolis or if I'm going to St. Paul. Minnesota is the state, so I'm not sure, but it'll be fun nonetheless. So, all right. So engines are dialing back. Gonna get slowed down here. Get ready for our descent. Again, I think we're going to come into some weather. I do have the ATIS tuned. Don't hear anything from it right now. So, but we're definitely going to come into some pretty heavy rain again on our approach. So that's something that we'll look forward to. Look at. Winds are not looking terrible right now. So we should expect any surprises, any crosswind surprises or anything like that as we get down to the ground. So all right, so there we go. We are starting our descent. Now I'm coming into this arrival not the correct way that you would actually come in. I've never flown into this airport before, so I'm actually I probably should have chose a different arrival and runway in, but that's okay. We're coming into this arrival actually about I would say about halfway into it. You would come in from the either Waterloo. Well, you could come in from Rochester, but you would come in a different way than what I have it entered in here. You come in from Mason City, Waterloo, or Rochester into this particular arrival here, so I'm kind of joining it mid-block, if you will, but that's okay. We'll be okay. All right, so again, all this prettiness and beautiful blue skies are about to come to an end. We're gonna be in some overcast and some pretty rainy conditions as we come into St. Paul here.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened toward the maintenance light. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us now. Thank you.
This turn that we have to do to join the arrival is going to be a pretty interesting turn, to say the least. Let me see here. Yeah, everything. I mean, we're looking okay. I'm good with it. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get it on the ground real nice and everything. So, I'm coming in on 30. Okay. Like, I probably, if I was, well, no, I think I'm okay. I think I maybe could have come in on, it's just an entirely different approach anyway from the east. This particular approach looks like a south, like you would be coming from the south. So I probably should have chose a different arrival anyway, but that's okay. That's okay, because I'm going south and then north and then west, where I think another arrival probably would have given us just a east in to where I didn't have to go like south of the airport and then north. But you know, let me look in. Yeah, like I think maybe like the Claire 9, like EAU Claire 9 probably would have been a better approach. Maybe even the Kickler 3. Something like that, but I probably should have chose a different approach, which is okay. I mean, you know, you live and you learn. So, all right, let's get a quick outside view here. We'll be diving into these clouds here in just a moment. So, enjoy these blue skies, passengers, while you can.
Altimeter setting.
Again, we'll turn on our nav just so we can hear the ILS as we're coming in. Pull a speed brake just a little bit here, just for a second. Alright, so we have officially joined the Casper 7 arrival at this point. We're coming up to Zibby, Pepper, Mitt. So we'll be good.
Minneapolis St. Paul INTL information echo. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind 160 at 5, visibility more than 10, rain. Sky conditions 2800 few, 4800 overcast, temperature 7, dew point -1. Altimeter 3011. Arriving runway 17, departing runway 17. Advise on initial contact you have echo.
Alright. So we heard that, which is great. Had that tuned in there, so that's wonderful. So we got our weather, as you can hear, will be overcast a lot up until about 4800, and then we'll break up right around 28. So we'll be pretty overcast as we come in, but once we should be clear getting down to the ground. We'll just have a lot of rain, as you can hear them. As you can hear what the ATIS said there. We can disregard the arrival and departing runways, as we're just kind of doing our own thing here, if you will. So do 2 on our auto brakes. We'll arm our speed brake, and let's take a look at our checklist here real quick. Alright, so everything's good there. Approach. Cool. So we're looking good there. Okay. Now I'm gonna just might be a little quiet here. Sometimes just kind of running through everything in my head, making sure we're good to go. Doing my checklists and things like that, so don't mind me. I'm just trying to get us on the ground safely. Well, weather's a little bit more clear than I expected. They said about 480 we would get some clouds, some and things like that. So we'll be looking out for that. Pull our speed brake up again a little bit. Get slowed down. We'll be okay.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, we've turned the seatbelt sign on. Flight attendants will be collecting any remaining service items that you would like to discard. As part of our EcoScars program, we're committed to recycling aluminum, plastic, and paper, and we'll be coming around to collect these items. Please make sure all carry-on items have been securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. As a reminder, please make sure your personal belongings are clear of the aisle. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help you get ready for landing. You may continue to use your small, lightweight electronic devices, but they must be unplugged from the outlet, set to airplane mode, and secured. As a reminder, carry-on items
All right, so there's that rain.
stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened, seat backs and tray tables are upright, headrests are lowered, and footrests and video monitors are stowed. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival and be seated.
All right, so there's that rain that they said we were going to start getting. We'll be in these clouds until they said about 2,800. So here's hoping, because this would suck to land in. but we'll be okay. We'll be good. We should hear the ILS here in just a minute as we're making our turnover. Once I hear it, I'll go ahead and engage the VOR localizer button here, and then we should be good to go. So we'll go flaps 5 there. Alright, not hearing it yet. So let me make sure I'm good. So I feel like I should be hearing it. 110.30. They're both active. Okay. Oh, cool. So we'll be clear coming in. There we go. Just gotta concentrate here a little bit. Sorry for being a little quiet, but just want to make sure we get on the ground good here. Okay, so getting a little something weird happening here. Not sure why it's turning to the left. I mean to the right, because I know for a fact I need to be going to the left. So we'll re-engage VNav here. Once we get back over, we'll re-engage our... I'm way too high anyway to pick it up, so... we'll just disengage it and we'll see if we can just make a visual approach in, I guess. Not 100% sure what happened there, but maybe let's see. See if it'll pick it up. This will be fun. This will be an interesting approach. And might have just been a little bit too high to pick it up there. Still like to see if we can get it. Let's see. Looks like we might be able to pick it up still. That would be kind of cool. I might have just engaged it a little bit too soon when I heard it before. I know I wasn't low enough to pick it up, but we'll kind of see what we get here. Our diamond's coming down, which is cool. So if we engage it, that would be nice. Looks like I feel like I'm okay right now. So. Yep, we did. Cool. Alright, not the best approach, but it's okay. I mean, you know, still a bit of a learning process with this Zebo. But looks like we're on the glide slope now and coming in nicely, so should be able to put it on the ground.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Approaching 30 left.
Got 2 lights.
$80 knots.
Okay. All right. So not a bad landing at all.
So please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned on. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant experience and we look forward to welcoming you again on another flight.
All right, man. I mean, not a terrible landing at all. We're able to get it down, so I mean, I'm good with that. Definitely good with that. So we'll go ahead and taxi over to the gates, man, and we'll be good to go. Very cool. Not the best approach. A nice landing. But man, I'll take it. At the end of the day, at least, you know, being able to you know, get that ILS and get it in, man, was nice. So like I say, man, I'll take what I can get. So We get turned in here, man, and get parked. Excellent. Man, a little shaky on the approach, but all in all, a really good flight. Excellent. All right, man. Well, thanks so much for tuning in with me today, rocking with me a little bit on this flight. It's a lot of fun, very challenging, especially when you fly to an an airport that you're not used to, and everything like that. But man, overall, great fun. Great fun. Go ahead and get these engines powered off, and we'll get prepared for our next flight. Get these passengers off board. Get our bags. Get our baggage carrier ready to go. And we'll see you all on the next flight. Actually, like I said, I did want to kind of show you the DVA. I don't know if I still have it up. I do. Cool. So let me run through the DVA real quick. I think that'd be kind of cool to show. But this was our flight on today. We're a little late on our arrival. We're supposed to be in at 3:45. It's 4:26 right now, but that's okay. So yeah, man, this is our Delta Virtual website. As you can see, the statistics over here to the right. This is how many flights have been done in a day, how many flights for the month, total hours, total passengers carried, 33 million, total miles flown for 74 million, and this is really awesome. So we'll take a look at like how I actually have to go in and file my my plan. Let's see. Oh, okay, it wants me to sign back in again. Okay, so timed out on me. Hopefully it signs in. Just thinking about it. All right, cool. So yeah, here we go. This is I've flown on this before, but I lost my old login. So as you can see, it's going to say that I haven't flown anything yet. I did, as I say, I did bid for this particular flight on today. As you can see here, and that's what we just did. And so I have to file that to get credit for it. So we'll enter in our flight number. And the amount of fuel that we used and all of that stuff, and then we'll file the flight report. And once we do that, we'll get credit for this particular flight that we did on today. So very, very awesome stuff. Just kind of wanted to show you what that looks like. Also just how we actually get our flight plans and things like that. We can go to our pilot center, and for some reason my internet's running real slow right now, but we go to our pilot center, and let me try this. You can book a commercial flight here, And when you enter that in, you can, we'll just select, a random airport. But when you enter that in, it'll give you whatever flights are available for today. So let's say I wanted to do uh, not Charleston, but let's find a good one. Let's say we would do Key West. We'll select our aircraft, and then we can find flights. And then it's gonna, okay, no flights for out of Key West today. Let's look at Fort Wayne. Anything out of there? Nope, not yet. Typically things like JFK and maybe even Columbus might have something, but KJ, oh well, yeah, well, LAX typically always has some flights coming out, so as you can see all of these flights for today, and these are all the flights that you can do. And so we can do LA to Nashville, McCarran to Cincinnati, Oakland, anything really. And then you just bid for it, and then you fly it, and then you file it. So we'll get this one filed in here that I just did. But again, thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.